Okay, good. I don't know about the technical people. So are we good, Eric?
We're all good?
All right. So this is the agenda for today. We do have a pitch night, and that is open for everyone. If you want to see some folks who are putting it on the line, make some pitches to a panel of judges. And Marie Baker is our special guest, the regional director for the great state of
Oh, stop it.
Region 3, great state of Nampa. But at any rate, she'll be just one of the judges for that competition tonight. So it's the first time we're going to do that. Should be interesting, to say the least. I'm really looking forward to hearing from Kim and Abby. Abby, who has been with us maybe 3 or 4 times, is bringing in a whole new presentation, and we're excited about that. Okay, here we are. And now the Gallup information. I guess first of all, from the bathroom, I was welcoming you to the Harris Center and CSI in our 60th year anniversary. A lot of reflection on the history of CSI, and some have to do with alcohol, some don't. But on campus, there was a lot of things that had happened. I actually graduated from CSI, and that was a really long time ago, not quite 60 years ago, but pretty close. Anyone remember Rick Allen, First Federal fame? This is the Rick Allen room. Jerry remembers him. So nice plaque over there. A lot of community success built around that person. So without further ado, a couple of readings that I felt were worth referencing. First, break all the rules. So when you look at CliftonStrengths, it is rather unique, if not different, as far as management styles and gatherings. So Kelsey Stewart, who has this company, Best AHR, had recommended this reading again to me, and it was one of the first items that I had read after Ann Flannery. Where's Flannery recommended the book, Strengths Finder. So this was back when I still had a little bit of hair in my head, and I took my top 5, and I took it again. Some of you have taken it several times. How many of you had done top 5 before this event? Okay, a few of us. And of my top 5, I think 3 of the 5 repeated from like 1981. I was still in the software business, and it was interesting. Some are quite different. I've had one person who had taken it 4 times, and she only had one recurring theme. I think that's an anomaly. Could be a little schizophrenic, but. And then Abby recommended give and take. So it's about success from different perspectives, and I think that is a really interesting approach as far as personality and traits. Those who are type 1 or they're very competitive versus those who are more relationship developers and can lean into some different themes and build them as strengths. It's a good read as well. So that's that. You can see my strengths and Eric's strengths. Eric, thanks for putting the conference together for us. Let's give him a hand. Trying to see what that is. Empathy, developer, ideation, all those are in play, as well as communication. So just worth noting, communication is like my number 30. So we make a good team. We'll talk about pairing up here in a little bit. In fact, the track of my time is really about you, first of all. And then it'll be about developing a team of 2. So what does that do? I know a lot of us have gotten a little red book. Some of you have had this before. And it's like, okay, so now what do I do with this? This is a pretty good identification of who I am, but what's the application? So Clifton has developed some application, and one is about pairing, and it's about what I bring with these top teams. What do I bring? And then the other side of that is, what do I need? So when you're looking at the relationships with customers, vendors, peers, family, children who don't call in, we could get an idea of what is driving that relationship and what are those themes that are surfacing in that relationship. So the basis of the opportunity here is to go out of, well, break all the rules. So KPIs are not just foundational in finance. Sorry, Jerry. Sorry, Dennis. But as Dennis says, a little soft, little touchy-feely, I think is the word. But it is about retention rates. And you invest a lot of money in training people. How do we retain them? How do we keep them going? Whether you're mom and dad, raising children, or whether we have a team of folks that we're investing to help us with our business. So this is the innate feeling of the entire concept. Okay, so we want to find out what is really within us. What ticks. Should we be more of facilitating with some of us having gone through this? So at this point, are there any things that you people have learned that have done this before that are worth sharing with the group now or throughout the next few minutes? Right. Great point. So the word was shadowing, and so you get so tied up, like mine is learner, you get so tied up in learning, then you're preoccupied with that concept, and then you don't get the job done at hand. You get wrapped up into who you are, and then how do we do that? How do we get out of that? So there is a portion in your top 5 that will talk about blind spots or places to be aware of that. I think that's a great point. Great point. Anything else? So as we go through this, you're going to get tired of hearing me drone on. So I want to hear you drone on. I want to hear you share your feelings. And Amy, I know you're not timid, so you just nail me when I'm out of line. Okay, don't throw coffee. Okay, so when we look at these focuses on you, anyone here not being called at work by the name that you want to be called? Anybody? Jerry, don't look around like it's not when I'm upset. That's not the right. But the Gallup data is really 15% of the people in the workforce are not called by their name, the name that they want to be called. And then at your table, what do you share out at your table? What do you get paid to do? It's not the title, but what do you actually do that you get paid to do? You can tie it into your top 5 or not. And then, one positive word people use to describe you. Okay? So let's take about 5, go around the table. What do you get paid to do?
Yeah, well, last night.
It's totally
I need to be. Is that your mic? Yeah. But you don't have to. I still have recording here too.
Couple more minutes.
Are you recording? Okay.
It's less cute than like if you have stuff in
Okay, you want to pass up? Anything share? My haircut mine. I'm not too good about repeating. Anything interesting that you're willing to divulge from your table? Sounded like great engagement. Do we share that with our teams? What are we all about? What do we actually do? Not just the title, but what do we really do? Anything innovative? Ideas? You gotta make me talk. Okay. So the idea behind this theme is really about that churn rate, like I mentioned. And then Dennis sends me an article from the Department of Labor, and we have a sustainable wage of a one person home. That's at 25 an hour.
Yeah, 25 an hour,
So
55,000 a year.
So when we book payroll costs projections for businesses, I don't know how many times we've done that, but that definitely is going to come up in the conversation. Could be an AI search, like what's sustainable for this area, those kinds of things. I see Maureen on her head. We will incorporate all of that stuff, and we'll hear from the attorney tomorrow about what's the legal side of AI. So I hope you catch that. But so some of this stuff is a little telling. Some of it we can kind of lean in on what's already public. But any of your top 5 come out in number 3. How people describe you. Was it Rebecca? Which one was it? Do you remember? Woo. Anyone else have woo? Okay. You have woo? but like I'm surprised. So what is woo? You want to share what woo is?
No, I don't.
Woo is winning others over, right? So that's your front line. You can work a room incredibly easy, very innate. Okay? So that's kind of where we're going to go with this. Again, we'll go to team pairs, and then we're going to go to teams. What do we have for tools that help us beyond? Okay. The key to success is fully understanding how to apply your greatest talents and strengths every day. So again, that's family, business, partners, major ideas to explore and grow together. There is a student version. I don't know if you have students here this morning, but if you have students, whether in college or high school, it's relative to how they make application to making those career pathways, as well as structuring their daily habits as far as where they're going and how they're going to get there. So when we talk about success in general, what is that? That could be a lot of different things. My success right now is finding these pens. So let's kind of put a box on that. What do you think is successful? Anyone?
You.
Okay. That's a given. Hey, somebody. What's the Jim's? Huh?
So we all know?
Yeah. All? What the cheese thing? Yeah. Yeah, I can spell it. I think that's a
B-I-L-E-S. There you go.
Okay. Anybody else?
Elon Musk.
Musk. Jordan. Anybody else? Buffett. I can spell this buffet. Cutter. Good old. Somebody sent me that girl book. Is that the girl? Okay. How about Oprah?
What
Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Swift?
Taylor Swift. That's gonna be, that should have been my walk-on music. Taylor Swift. All right, characteristics. What do you think? I mean, it could be general characteristics or theme. If you look at your cheat sheet, is there a cheat sheet on the table? What themes do you think they have? We could say all or all. What do you think, Jeff? Did you say yeah? Did you say all? Okay. Somebody said all. Oh, okay. The reformed banker. That characteristic. How do they get that? Okay. Who do you think's the biggest unachiever? Or is that up here by all? Let's go for that. You got one, Harley? Discipline. I think that's all. Discipline. Urgency, priority. Oh, wait a minute, priority. But this is really focused, right? Focus, priority. Somebody said command, competition, intellection. Intellection. Anyone stand out for intellection? Which one do you think? Buffett, is that what he said? Intellection. Somebody read me intellection.
People exceptionally talented in the intellectual field are characterized by their intellectual activity. They are introspective and appreciate intellectual discussions.
Okay. That's all. Self-assurance. Anybody have self-assurance? Oh, okay, Maureen, read self-assurance.
Sorry. People exceptionally talented in the self-assurance state feel confident in their ability to take risks and manage their own lives. They have an inner compass that gives them certainty in their decisions.
Nice, thank you. Any other characteristics or themes we could match up? Pretty good list. What's maximizer, Kim?
Exceptionally talented in maximizing being focused on strengths as a way to stimulate personal and group excellence. They seek to transform something strong into something superb.
Continuous improvement. Somebody came in with maximizer number 1, as I recall. That's amazing. Okay, so see how we can kind of lay these out? The challenge is to look at the group. So we have top 5. You want to look at the group, and then when you look at each description, there's a description paragraph toward the middle that's relative to all 5. So as a learner, my learner description fits my other 4. So you can look at them in isolation, but it is relevant. It's relevancy of the other ones. So that, those of you who've gone through top 5, would you agree, disagree? Agree? Agree? Okay. So we can't go deep into 34, but we can really stay on top of top 5. Okay. When we think about talent, we think of people in sports or arts, but every person has unique talents. Our goal is to help you understand what it is you do best and where you can sharpen your areas of excellence to succeed in your personal and professional life. So the key again is a strength-based approach requires us to give up trying to become well-rounded. Someone shared an excellent observation as far as focus and priority. So when Rick and I are out golfing and somebody can focus, turns out fairly well. If we're a little off focus, then it's hella funny. But anyway, point well taken. Okay, so the key to personal development is to fully understand how to apply your greatest talents and strengths to your everyday life and be intentional about that. Be intentional about that. The people who have woo, I think you are well into that woo portion of who you are and how you deliver that. So I want to say Gallup data. When I refer to data, Gallup used about 10 million subjects. So there's the stats as far as excellent quality of life and job engagement. And when we look at these top 6 as far as people who work in the strength zone, that's where they live. The unfortunate factor is that only a third of those 10 million people can say this is where they hang out. Only a third. So, with that, we're going to, again, pull back, look at some differences. So, I need you to push your chair back a little bit because we're going to need to stand up. And then when you stand up, take a look around and see what the commonalities are. Okay, don't stand up yet. Okay, Simon says sit up. All right, but we're going to stand up. If you almost always talk to people in elevators, airplanes, grocery stores, and wherever you go. Okay. Wow. So Jeff, what's your number 1? Or number 1 theme, remember? Harmony. Harmony. So, okay. Anyone else have a correlation to that? Why are you talking? Meet strangers, Harley. Empathetic. Okay. All right, good. All right, you may sit down. Now, stand up. If you have a color-coded or otherwise organized closet, and I'm looking at you, Jerry. Okay. So, you need somebody to systemize your stuff. Write down these people's names. Okay. What do you, somebody's standing, what do you lead with? What's your number 1, do you remember? Number 1 name? Achiever. Achiever. How about you, Rebecca? Communication. Okay. Harmony. All right. Good. Okay, so go ahead and be seated. So when you think about your leads, some of the leads that came out, you think about harmony. That's where we start bridging into the other 4, right? Because are they OCD about stuff? No, but they're OCD about getting along. Maybe if there's a prioritization of what I'm going to wear and it's sequential for the day, whatever that is. So you want to not compartmentalize, of course. We don't want to have any bias, but we do want to look at it as a whole. It being top 5. Make sense, Jonathan? You look at me like, what is he talking about? All right, stand up. If you almost always write down a list of things to do and stick to it, even on the weekend. Stand up. That's you. Chio. Nice. Harley, does he really? Oh yeah. Okay. All right. There's our list takers. And what does the endorphin release when you can check it off? How many of you write down a task after you complete it, just so you can check it off? Okay, now we're starting confessions. That's good, Heather. All right. Okay, stand up. If you almost always need to pick someone to race while driving. Amy, down blue legs, pole line. Surface it, let's see it. Jeff's the only one? Really? Okay, that's coming on your door. Get a little helmet. Wow. Have you seen that kid ride that e-bike? I mean, he wheelies for blocks. I mean, he's crazy. That's somebody's kid. All right. Stand up if you tend to ask too many questions. I'm just. No, you can stay. Okay. So, do you remember what your top theme is, Dennis?
I didn't do it because I didn't think I was coming.
Wow. Okay. I don't know if Mike got a chance to do that. Who else has too many questions?
Not very high.
What's your lead? Yours is Woo. That's right. Okay. Interesting. So there's some correlation there. You may want to draw people out. So we're asking questions, getting clarification. Okay, stand up if you almost always push the elevator button to remind the elevator that I am still here waiting for you. Think it's broken. I'm gonna push it again. Serious. All right. Okay, what do you lead with? List developer. Okay. Good. Those are not, obviously it's not everyone who does that. And is it relative to the one top thing? Probably not. But is that innate? Did someone tell you to be impatient about the elevator? Or did it just come to you? Okay? Doesn't count if you have to go to the restroom, trying to get back up to your room. But it is relative to talents that are innate. So by definition, somebody want to read that for us? Sergio? A naturally recurring pattern of thought, feeling, or behavior that can be productively applied. So, those are talents. All the examples of why you stood up and we were able to laugh about it is relative to innate needs, to innate concepts, to who we really are, according to Gallup and Clifton. So a couple other data points. If you focus, and I think someone brought that up, productivity is up, profitability is up, so some standardization of KPIs, and then we've already talked about the touchy-feely stuff, how that makes you feel going to work. Okay, so I use my strengths every day. Okay? That is not my mantra. It's you. But it is a little bit of an exercise. And, yeah, you can go ahead. You need to switch out of that. So, we're going to write this down. We're going to put a timer on. We're going to write this down on your paper. There should be a paper that says, what's that say? Oh, thank you. I use my strengths every day. So, draw a line, down that paper. There you go, Mike. Okay? So this is individual productivity. It's about your performance. Your bonus is based on this performance. You have to be honest about the time. So you want to pick up your time when you finish. We're going to write it 3 times. On my word. Okay? Any questions? You're writing the phrase, sir. You remember it? Where's your paper?
I have notes.
It doesn't matter which side you're on. But once you pick a side, stay on that side. Okay. Now, those of you who've done this with me before, you need to write with your offhand. And it has to be legible. Okay, so feel the angst. That was picture perfect. anxiety thing right in my face. It's like, okay, 3 times. Check your clock. Ready? Are you left-handed? Okay. I thought you were left-handed. Oh. All right. Are you ready? You call it. You call it, Harry.
Ready, set, go.
Go for it. It's a race. You have left-handed gloves.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Now we know why she's the boss. I'm a little slow. I'm a little slow. Sweet.
I wanted to try it.
Yeah, I have to be able to read it. No. I said go. What do you want? You're not supposed to take letters straight. They're not gonna get your one. Yeah, or write it down. Yeah, write it down on that side. Write your time down on that side. Thanks, Coach. You're done already? No, I'm gonna look Okay, so stand up when you're done, and then we'll report the whole group's time. No peer pressure. This is a mood thing. Hey, creating anxiety. So Eric, when everybody's up, then you give us the kill count.
I couldn't hear it.
Hey, were they supposed to be quotations in it?
Are we just qualifying for competitions?
That's it. I was gonna say, what did you do? What did Heather do? Whatever Heather did, right?
That was my worst. Times like that.
240. Okay, sit down. 240? 240. You write this down. 240. You ready? Okay. Now with your good hand, we'll get the group count on Eric.
All right. Ready, steady, go.
Did you say ready, steady?
Yes, I did. Stand up and finish that.
Then 3 times. Look at 7,500. It's gotta be your number 1 patient. She's gonna throw something. It's just like every other kid. You know?
I was telling about the song.
I'm gonna work cheaper.
No.
Okay, there he is.
All right, 105.
105, less than half. So what's the exercise about? I mean, go with your wheelhouse. As we practice, we build that theme into a strength. Okay? Anyone break their good hand and have to write with their offhand? Yeah, so what happened, Cody? Did it improve after a fashion? Yeah, because of practice, because of work. Did you stay with your offhand?
I didn't know.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know if ambidextrous people count. Okay. So, that's a little exercise. I don't like people at that. So, the quote of the day, this is the guy. We want to focus on what's right about you. We're going to live there. We're going to live there with your teams. What is right about what we're doing? How do we accelerate? How do we build that? Are we having people in the right position? So, what I see here is name it, claim it, and aim it. And being scouts. Maybe I'm off base, but see if you have your what's called a quick reference card. I think you do. It's like the cheat sheet of all the themes. Yeah. Basic language of your talents. So when you first saw your top 5, how many of you thought, I don't know. Nobody? It won't hurt my feelings. Well, mine. Okay, Jerry. You weren't sure. Okay. But then, if you read the description of the word, it's a little bit different as far as our definitions of those given words, right? So after you read it, were you still a little... Oh, it affects how you work. How about your daughters? Does it affect how you engage with your children? No? You still use that stick? But he uses it on you. Anyone else have a reaction to those top 5? Do you want to share? No? Should I call you out? Should I call you out, Liz? Okay.
So my top one is developer, and I immediately thought of like developing people, but when you read the description, it's more about finding evidence of progress. And I think that it's more of the way I can how to do this work, not necessarily.
Okay, good. Any other folks have developer in your 5? Okay. So would you agree with that? I mean, it gives some clarification to it, but we use developers, our technology. But, okay, good, thank you. Yes?
So when I did mine, I was like analytical and very oriented, and so I'm very like go, 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 go. And I do everything. I had to teach them circumstances, projects, people. Because I'm very like go, go, go.
Okay,
So it gave me the strength.
all right. What strength would apply to take pause and respond? Ever feel for that? Did you do your top 5?
One time ago.
Okay. Any comments to that? Deliberative? Okay. So, as far as deliberating, those people who are deliberative on your teams, they're gonna take pause to make sure we have everything covered, right? So if you think about that Apollo 13 incident or the video where they get into some group thing, and there's one guy who's saying, this no go, the group gets him coerced into making or changing or aligning, and then the thing blows up. So, to value the one who's deliberative, maybe they're slower to come to the conclusions, but do they need time to deliberate? And it is a value. Okay? So, now we're going to look at those top 5. So hopefully you brought them, or they're on your phone, you downloaded the app. The first impression of your top 5's been talked about. And then surprises. Hopefully we've shared out surprises. So this is relative to each strand of that DNA.
Is zillion a real number?
You hear that okay?
No, zillion's not a real number, but it is a word you might be tempted to use to describe all of the talents found in people. Creating a list of every talent is an impossible task. But if you step back, you'll see that talents have commonalities that allow us to group them into themes. Some talents, like a natural ability to share thoughts, create engaging stories, and find the perfect word, relate directly to communication. That's what they have in common, a shared theme based on communication. So to begin thinking and talking about them, we can call them communication talents. Your distinct CliftonStrengths 34 profile sets you apart from everyone else. Your CliftonStrengths 34 profile is your talent DNA in rank order based on your responses to the CliftonStrengths assessment. The CliftonStrengths at the top of your profile are the most powerful. Similar to your fingerprint, these themes represent how you are uniquely talented. There are nearly 34 million possible combinations of top 5 themes. You heard right, nearly 34 million. Start with your top 5. Develop these CliftonStrengths to make the most of your profile and maximize your potential. Your greatest chance to succeed at work or anywhere else lies in strengthening what you naturally do best and doing more of it. Try this. First, name it. Carefully read the descriptions of each of your top 5 CliftonStrengths themes and identify parts of the theme descriptions that are undeniably you. Try to describe a recent situation when you used each theme. Next, claim it. Reflect on who you are. Think about your experiences, your motivations, how you see yourself. Then, consider how your strongest CliftonStrengths shape you, what you do, how you do it, and why. Share your report with people close to you. Ask for their reaction. Then, aim it. Post your top 5 themes from page 22 of your CliftonStrengths 34 report in a place where you'll see them every day. Start with the suggestions for action in the report. Then, try to find more ways to use your strongest CliftonStrengths in your daily activities. Your talents are an instinctive source of wisdom and power. And as you start to intentionally use your most dominant CliftonStrengths themes, you'll find ways to build on your greatest areas of potential. You have dynamic talents. just waiting to be unlocked and developed. Use your report to name, claim, and aim your most dominant CliftonStrengths themes.
Okay, so this is about knowing yourself, and what's the application, right? So a strengths-based team is recognized where everyone knows and intentionally uses their unique talents and strengths. 2, everyone knows and appreciates each other's strengths. So it's really diffusing some unfounded bias. In the last one, team members combine their strengths with those of others on the team to achieve success. So when we talk about the application as managers, talk about that kind of strength-based team as we develop. Okay? The exercise back on us is really the name it, claim it, and aim it worksheet that's in your packet. Okay? And so what I would ask is at least 2 people at your table change tables. Then go through the name it, claim it, aim it exercise with one of your themes. Just one. Okay? Can we do that? 5 to 10 minutes. We take a break too. All right, let's go. 2 rotations off of your table. Get in there, Stevie. No, 2. Everybody has a set table. See, people are leading you. 2 moving. Someone else.